Aloha, welcome to Aloha Yoga. I'm Nathie and I will be guiding you today in your yoga practice. So glad you made it. You can check out the variety of yoga classes that are provided here on the channel. I'm sure you can find something that fits your needs for any day of the year. In any case, this practice, what it is that we need can be brought into breathing in deeply and then bringing in the awareness of how the breath is connected to the body and then what we're sensing in our bodies. New things can come up and arise as we do this. So, listening more deeply involves breath, it involves patience, it involves listening. So we'll go into this practice today in this alignment. Grab something comfy, set up your mat, grab water, grab your blocks, anything else you need for your practice. I look forward to guiding you. I'll see you there. Aloha. So we'll find ourselves on our mats, coming into Virasana. You can sit on a block. You can sit in Sukhasana, an easy seat. I'll be sitting on my shins, taking a moment to settle here. Having your hands land on the thighs, palms up if you'd like to receive, palms down if you'd like to ground down. Take a moment to close the eyes if that feels good to you. And turn your gaze inwards. Bring awareness to the breath as it comes in and out. Just take this moment as an opportunity to allow yourself to land in the space. For today's practice, allow yourself to explore all the inner corners of the body, the mind as it shifts, becoming your own observer, seeing yourself in growth, exploration, and expansion. Allow your body to fill up with breath. And open your mouth, sighing it out. We'll do this one more time, coming into the breath. Exhale. Throughout the practice, keep bringing awareness to the breath as you drop in more deeply, as you witness the sensations as they arise, and as you allow yourself to dive deeper into your practice. Okay. So we'll take a moment to come into child's pose. Open the knees wide. Big toes to touch and allow the hips to be sent back into the heels, taking a moment here. Maybe here you'd like to extend the arms out, dropping the forehead onto a block or the mat. Take a moment to feel the lengthening of the spine, drawing the hips back as you lengthen the arms forward, maybe walking the fingers forward a little bit more here. And then allow yourself to explore, maybe rocking the forehead side to side, massaging the third eye, massaging the thoughts into a deeper, relaxed state, loosening the focus a little bit on all the repetitive thoughts,
so that you can carve out space for the present moment, being in the aliveness of your breath and your body. Deep breaths here, filling the lower back down into the hips. When you're ready, take a deep breath in, lift the chest, tent the fingers, and then walk the hands to the right, fold in here. Nice side bend into the ribs. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhale, lift, walk to center. Exhale to the opposite side and fold. Deep breath into the ribs, expanding. Visualize the expansion of the ribs. Inhale, lift, come back to center. Take a deep breath in, pull yourself up into tabletop. Walk yourself towards the back of the mat, knees underneath hips. Walk the arms forward for a little melting heart here. Drop the chest down towards the earth. Option to lower the chin or the forehead or even the chest if that's accessible to you. You can take deep breaths here, lifting the hips up and back, drawing the navel in, pressing all 10 fingers into the mat, kind of straightening the wrists a little bit here. Feel the activation along the arms, the armpits, the lats, even the muscles along the spine and the upper back. Okay, inhale, walk yourself back up here. We'll take a moment to walk back to center a little bit, keeping the wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. And we're just gonna take a moment to take the knee, the right knee out and down and in circles. And take a moment to feel the hip opening here. And then switch directions, bringing your awareness to equalizing the weight into both hands so that the activation can happen in the abdomen as you draw the navel in. And then when you're ready, take that knee behind the left. Cross it behind. The knees are together, shins open up, and just shift your weight back into the hips and then forward. The heart surpasses the shoulders. And back into that cow face seat, but without lowering the hips all the way down. Just flowing forward and back here. You can shift side to side as you do this. Notice how that feels. And then when you come back to center, unhook that knee, walk the leg out, plant the foot parallel to the knee, and then shift your weight forward and back into a modified gate pose. Take a moment here. Feel the inner thigh opening. Then inhale, back to center, take a deep breath in, walk the hands towards the extended leg, fold in, walk back to center, and then walk the left hand parallel to the knee and open the top arm overhead. Inhale, back to center, exhale, walk towards the extended leg and fold in. Inhale, left hand down, reaching the right arm overhead into modified side plank. Inhale, back to center, draw that knee back in. We'll switch sides. Take that left knee out and down and in. Nice rotation of the left knee. Taking the time to feel what you're sensing in the left hip. It might feel different than the right, and really that's to be expected, given that our bodies are changing and they're all grown in different ways. Switch directions with the circles here. And then take that knee behind the right. Start shifting your weight back and forth into that cow face pose with the legs. Come back to the breath. Explore the sensations. You can move side to side if that feels good. Come back to center, uncross the legs, take the left foot out. Press onto the outer edge of the foot. Take a deep breath in, lengthen the heart. And exhale, walk towards the extended leg and fold in, modified gait. Inhale, walk to center, and then walk the hand to the right, parallel to the knee, sweeping the left arm overhead. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, walk it to the left and fold in. Again, inhale, back to center, sweep it to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fold into the left. Inhale, back to center. Bring the knee in. Take a moment here to reach the heart forward, thread it through the shoulders, lift the tailbone up. Cow. Exhale, cat. Drawing the navel in, chin to chest. Okay, activating the body. Inhale, open into your cow. Exhale, cat. 2 more times here, using your breath, syncing it with your movement. Come back to a neutral spine, bringing your blocks nearby to the front of the mat. Okay. Tuck the toes, send your hips up and back for down dog. Pedal the feet here. Take your time with one heel down at a time. Notice the opening of the back line of the body when you're doing this. Press out of the palms. Draw the elbows down, framing the upper back. Lift the hips up and back. Take a moment to feel this down dog. Maybe coming into stillness with the heels. You can always widen the feet, wider than the mat if need be, if desired. Even opening the hands wider than the shoulders. Swaying side to side here. We're going to slowly flow. So bring the feet back underneath the hips. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, shift your weight forward into high plank. Hold your high plank. Take a breath in. Shift your weight forward, lower the knees, keeping a nice length in the spine, bending the elbows, grazing the ribs, lower down, slowly keeping the navel into the spine. Untuck the toes, reach the toes back, hands by the ribs, elbows pointing back. Inhale, baby cobra, minimal weight into the hands. Exhale, lower. Inhale, either on the knees or tucking the toes, coming into high plank. Exhale, down dog. We're going to do this 3 more times. Every time we're going to increase the amount of baby cobra. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower down slowly all the way. Untuck the toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Lengthen first and then lift. Reach out of the feet. Exhale, lower. Again, inhale, baby cobra. Lower down as you exhale. Inhale, tabletop or high plank. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. Sigh it out. Inhale, high plank. Shift your weight forward onto the ball and the toes. Exhale, lower down slowly with control. Untuck the toes, reach. Inhale, baby cobra. Minimal weight into the hands. Exhale, lower. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Drawing the shoulder blades together, broad collarbones. Inhale, lift. Maybe hands float off of the mat. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes. Press yourself up. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Inhale, shift your weight forward, high plank. Option to lower the knees. Lower all the way down in a nice solid plank. Untuck the toes, lift the kneecaps, press the top of the feet into the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Elbows by the ribs. Exhale, lower. 3 more times. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Draw the navel in, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, lower. Focus on the back line of the body, squeezing in. Lift, hover the hands. Exhale, lower. 1 more time. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, lower. Bend the knees, stack the hands, rest the forehead onto the hands and sway the shins side to side. Take a moment here. And then lower the shins down, slide the right knee in line with the right hip. Okay, in a half frog. Take 1 block in front of you. It can be at the lowest or the mid setting, where you're gonna lower the forehead down. This is an option, of course. You don't have to have the block there, but for some of you, you might want it, and for some of you, you might want a blanket underneath the frog leg, the knee. Okay. Take a moment here in frog. And then you have the option to take your right hand, slide it underneath the left armpit. Okay? And I'll shift so that you can see how I look like on my side. And just like this, and I'll slide right arm underneath the left, like thread the needle. And then I'll reach my left arm forward. This allows me the space, okay, from my shoulder. If you have the block the lowest setting or your forehead is all the way down, it might be difficult because there's not enough space to do that. So have your block handy, or dictionaries, or any stacked books. Take a moment to feel that opening in the right shoulder. Allow your hips to relax here. You can modify as needed or rearrange your body. And when you're ready, press yourself back up. Forearms down on the mat. Slide the right knee back and slide the left knee up in line with the hip. Okay. And then when you're ready, take the left arm on top, underneath the right armpit. Find the thread the needle pose with your arms here. Allow the opening to happen in between the shoulder blades, in the upper back. Leverage yourself by allowing the head to rest in the block. Press out of the right hand. Breathe into the back. When you're ready, come back up. Release the block. Stack the other hand on top of the other hand, opposite to what you were doing earlier, if you can remember. Sometimes we just don't remember. And then slide the knee back behind you, resting in crocodile. Okay. Breathe into the lower abdomen. On your next inhale, plant the hands by the ribs. Press yourself into a tabletop. Walk yourself forward a little bit. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips up and back in down dog. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale. Inhale. Lift the right leg up and back. Toes pointing down, reach out of the back heel. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale. Inhale, lift, lengthen and lift. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose as you shift forward. And then step it between the hands. You can have your hands on blocks here. Okay. Lower the back knee. Untuck the toes. Lengthen the heart forward as you relax the shoulders, broadening the collarbones. Draw the shoulder blades together slightly. Lift in your low lunge. Okay. When you're ready, inhale, lengthen the arms overhead. This is optional. You can keep your hands on your blocks. Inhale, grab the left wrist with your right hand and slightly tug to the right. Deep breath here. On your next inhale, come back to center. Interlace the fingers, point the indexes back for a small back bend. As you lift the sternum up, broaden the collarbones. Lift out of the hips, press into the toe mound of the front foot, the big toe mound. Come back to center, plant the hands on the blocks. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, shift your weight back into a wide pyramid. Drawing the back heel down. Reach the heart forward, shift the hips back. And when you're ready, bend the front knee and shift your weight forward, hands on blocks, into Warrior 3. Explore in your Warrior 3, balancing on one foot, hands maybe on blocks, reaching the heart forward, option to draw one hand at a time at the heart, maybe both. Reach strong legs here, both legs are active, okay? Drawing the left hip down, toes pointing down towards the mat. Maybe extending the arms behind you, reach. Balance here. Bringing the hands back to the block, stepping the back foot back into wide pyramid, dropping the back heel down, straightening the front knee. And then bend the front knee, lower the back knee down, untuck the toes, low lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, grab onto the left wrist with the right hand, tug it to the right once more. We're doing the same thing we did. Inhale, back to center. This time, exhale, close twist. Opening the arms out into a T, you're facing your bent knee, the front knee. Option to drop the back hand, reaching the front hand back overhead. Twist in your low lunge. Inhale, back, open into the twist. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, back to center. Reach. Exhale, plant the hands onto the blocks. Bring the right knee to meet the left. Sit into child's pose, this time with the knees together. So draw the knees in. Sit into the heels. Lower maybe the forehead on a block if that's desired. Option to have the arms along the sides, palms facing up, if that feels good to you, just like this. Allow the shoulders to roll forward, opening the space between the shoulder blades. Deep breaths here, deep down into the lower back and the abdomen. Bring your hands frontwards, press yourself up into a tabletop. Okay, blocks along the sides, plant the hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back for down dog. Lift up and back, trying to activate the down dog. Solid back line of energy supporting you. Inhale, lift the left leg back behind you, three-legged dog. 2 breaths here. Try to level out the hips. Okay. Both hands are pressing solid into the mat. Send the weight into the back foot and the hands. Draw the navel up and in. Left toes pointing down. Lift the glute. Deep breath. Exhale, shift forward, draw the knee into the nose, look between the hands, and then step it between the hands. Take a moment to readjust the stance. You can widen the stance. Lower the back knee down, hands on blocks. I have them at the highest setting. It provides me the space to lift up, opening the shoulders, broadening the collarbones, creating space in the front body as I lunge more deeply. Take the time to feel the low lunge, the opening in the hip flexor and the quad, and feeling a deep flexion in the left hip. The extension is happening in the right, the flexion is happening in the left. Option to inhale, reach the arms overhead, lunge deeply, press into the front foot, activate lifting out of the hips. Grab onto the right wrist with your left hand, exhale, tug to the left. Nice side bend. Maybe bending the front knee a little deeper, keeping the chest opened. Inhale, back to center, interlace the fingers, pointing the indexes back for just a small back bend. Keep breathing, connect to the breath. Notice the sensations moving through and maybe the thoughts coming through. Allow them to pass through. And then come back to center. Bring the hands onto the blocks, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, shift your hips back for wide pyramid. Press the back heel down, press into the front foot and the back foot as you lengthen the heart forward, shifting the hips back. My hands are on blocks. And take a moment here to bend the front knee and then shift your weight forward, lifting the back leg into warrior three. As you do this, notice if you've let the abdomen go, draw support in there by drawing the navel up and in, activating as you lift the back leg with the glute. Point the toes down. Okay, take a moment to feel that. Option to take one hand at a time at the heart. You can bend that bottom knee, but press out of both feet. Press out of both feet. Feel the balance. Working the balance. Reach the fingers back if you'd like to extend the arms back. Look down, trying to relax the neck. And then lower the hands back down on the blocks. Lower that back foot back and shift the hips back for wide pyramid once again. Straighten the front knee. Feel the hamstring, the left hamstring and the back calf opening here. Press out of both feet as you lengthen the chest forward. And then bend the front knee, lower the back knee down, finding your low lunge again. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, grab onto the right wrist, tuck it to the left for a side bend again. Inhale, back to center. Reach, exhale, close, twist. Stay here or option to drop the back hand down on the back thigh, reaching the front arm overhead and back, activating the reverse twist here in your low lunge. Maybe looking sideways or up. You always have the option to pad your knees if your knees are sensitive. Inhale back to a twist. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Reach. Exhale, plant the hands. Take the knee to meet the right. And then take a moment here to bring the hands down to the mat. Okay. Extend the left leg back on the ball of the foot. Okay, swaying forward and back. Draw the navel in. Lift the left leg parallel to the mat. Reach the heel back. Point the toes down. And again here, you have the option to just do hip rotations with the knee, or bend the knee, grab onto the foot with the right hand and lift. Okay. Opening the heart. Inhale, reach the right arm forward, left leg back into bird dog. Reach as you press the hand into the mat. Lift from the navel. Exhale, lower it down. We'll switch sides. Take the right foot back, swaying forward and back. Wrists underneath shoulders, shift it forward. Lift that leg parallel to the mat, toes pointing down. Lift with the glute. Option to just do knee rotations in both directions, or bend that knee, grab onto the ankle with your left hand. Okay, so your left hand is grabbing the right ankle. Lift. Inhale, reach left arm, right foot back, reach in tabletop, in your bird dog, and then lower that down. Take a moment here to widen the knees, bring the big toes to touch, send your hips into the heels, and lower into a wide-legged child's pose. Option here to take blocks by the ears. Bring the elbows onto the blocks and bring your hands in reverse prayer behind the head. Keep the elbows near the ears. Breathe into the torso. Relax the eyes. Come back into your breath and your body. What are you sensing now? Are you feeling a release? Your heartbeat? Slight variations in the openness of the body. Slowing down the breath. When you're ready, release the arms back if you were in reverse prayer. Remove the blocks to the side. Press yourself up into a tabletop. And then turn the shins to the side. Come into a seat. So find the sit bones. You can sit onto a block if you'd like, or a blanket. I would recommend a blanket if you'd like to just prop yourself up a little bit. And then take the legs out wide, okay, into a V shape. Now the toes are in line, right, with the knees pointing up. Bring the blocks to the front of you. Okay, take a moment to just feel that opening. If you'd like to roll little face towels or hand towels underneath the knees, you can do that as well. Take a moment to lengthen the heart forward, and then exhale, forward, fold. So allow yourself to move forward in your fold. Option to have the forearms on blocks. You can even have stacked blocks, allowing the forehead to land on the blocks. And take a few breaths here. And the inner thighs, the energy pulling through. Allow the pelvis to tilt forward. Okay? So the pelvis can tilt forward as the legs stay grounded where they are. The feet stay pointing up. Deep breaths here. And then walk yourself back up. Remove the blocks. Stay like this, but bring the right foot inside of the left thigh. Okay? Take the right hand behind the lower back, about maybe a foot out. Press and lift your hips off of the mat, reaching the left arm back. Okay, and then maybe pointing those left toes away. Open the front body. Kind of a modified wild thing. And then exhale, sit the hips back down. Look towards the extended leg, reach arms up, exhale, lengthen and forward fold. Deep breath here. Into the right side body. You might feel it into the lower back. You can stay here for a few more breaths. Or you can walk yourself back up, extend the right leg out again, bring the left foot into the right thigh. Take the left hand behind your lower back about a foot or so away. When you're ready, you're going to sweep the hips up, lift the right arm back, creating a deep opening in the front body. Modified wild thing. You can allow the neck to relax. You can drop the head back if that feels okay for you. Otherwise, you can look down or sideways. Breathe. Press the hips forward. Activate the legs. Exhale, slowly lower the hips down. Rotate the torso towards the extended leg as you reach the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold over the extended leg. Inhale, walk yourself back up. Extend both legs out in front of you. Feel the sit bones grounded down. Hands along the hips, fingers pointing forward. Flex the toes towards your knees. Inhale, activate by pressing down into the mat with the palms and the knuckles of the fingers. Lift the sternum up, draw the chest forward. Dandasana, staff pose. You can have blocks underneath the hands if that's not accessible to you. Activate here, draw the navel in, feel yourself tilting forward with the pelvis. Option to explore by holding on to the back thighs and then pull the heart forward, draw the elbows in towards the ribs, pull the heart forward, allow the pelvis to tilt forward. Extra bend in the knees might help you find that tilt. Okay? And then bring the hands back along the sides, maybe keeping the knees slightly bent, but lengthening the spine. So from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head, lengthen. And then exhale, relax. Then Dandasana. Dandasana, staff pose, is very active and very challenging. Plant the soles of the feet on the mat, hands behind the hips, widen the feet, and you can sway the knees side to side by dropping the knees from one side to the other. Take a moment to feel the sensations as you do this movement with the hips, the left hip, the right hip. Just notice for a moment. And then feet back, facing forward on the mat, lower down on the spine very gently, drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a little hug here, and then maybe opening the knees wide, taking a moment to rotate the ankles in both directions, swaying side to side here. And then plant the soles of the feet down on the mat, take a block, slide the block underneath the sacrum for supported bridge. You can stay here, or you can extend both legs out or one leg at a time. Or you can bring the soles of the feet together, drop the knees open into Supta Baddha Konasana, Supine Butterfly Pose. Option to open the arms out into cactus or overhead. Take a moment to sink into your bridge. Closing the eyes or coming into a very gentle gaze. And then just turn inwards back into the heart center. Listen to the breath as it moves freely in and out. Relaxing the eyebrows, the forehead, the eyes, the cheekbones, and the jaw. Relaxing the scalp of the back of the head and the ears. Deep breath into the heart center. And as you exhale, maybe think of one thing that you'd love to do just for you today or tonight or in the next 24 hours. One thing that is solely dedicated to your well-being, relaxation, and ease. When you're ready, take the hands behind the thighs, draw the knees back up to center if you were in butterfly. If you were in extended legs, bring the feet back as well. Lift the hips slowly off of the block, just a little bit. Slide the block away and slowly lower from one vertebrae down at a time, all the way to the hips. Heel toe the feet out, and you can knock the knees inwards. Sway the knees inwards for a slight internal rotation of the hips. It might feel good for your hips. And when you're ready, extending the legs out, reaching the arms overhead, squeeze everything, reaching the toes, reaching the fingers. Give yourself a nice length here. Reach, 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 reach. Squeeze the face muscles, the abdomen, the glutes, reach. And then exhale, extending out into your final Savasana, into a star shape if you'd like. Or covering yourself with a blanket, whatever you need to fully let go in your Shavasana. Witness the breath as it moves in and out naturally at its own pace. Thank you so much for joining me today in your practice. Take as much time as you need. Namaste.